Oh, hi Dot. Glad you stopped by.
What is this place?
Oh, this is my newest project. I thought it would be cool to recreate the entire Pizzaplex from the new Fnaf game that came out. The game was underwhelming, super unpolished, and overall just broken, so I'm gonna go all in on this real Pizzaplex thing to fill that void. I ordered stuff to make this place as close to the game as possible. I even got this Vanny suit that I asked Phoebe to wear. I hope she will be down to stop by. Maybe could have worded that better.
Well, Jerry, you're doing Fnaf.
Oh, yeah, about that. Remember what happened last time? It is! It's capable of speaking multiple different languages, and it has a built-in promotion feature. Yeah, I might have hit her a bit too hard, and I completely broke the spine of the endoskeleton. So... yeah, I have to order a new one. No auto promotions in the meantime. Like and subscribe, by the way. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna focus on this project. I bet you won't be able to clip through these steel doors like in the game.
Wait, you can clip through us?
Oh yeah, basically without fail, all the time. Plus you can get the other enemies stuck in walls, you can cheese the AI real easily, you can mess up the loading of the world with almost every step you take. Oh, and on top of that, the game runs terribly even though it has less graphics than Mario Galaxy on the Wii. Dang it, Dot, you got me all heated about this. I need to rant about it now. I'm going to my room. So, I have very mixed feelings on the new Fnaf game. Before I dive in and complain about security breach, I should probably talk about what I did like about the game, because for the most part I did enjoy it. But I do have my gripes. Oh, also minor spoilers here and there, so please play the game or watch a Let's Play if you haven't done so already. I have to say that the game's theme of a Freddy-themed mall worked a lot better than I was expecting. The game's story, while seemingly a bit messy when it comes to trying to add it to the current Fnaf lore, was fairly fun, and there were moments where it was super intense. I liked the character designs, and in terms of in-game representation, I think Vanny and Moondrop were done really well with their extra effects. There are a lot of things about this game which are done really well, and they are worthy of being part of a AAA game. And that is what this game is, a AAA game, and I'm gonna go out and say that is why my opinions on this game are mixed. When we first heard about this AAA Fnaf game, I'm pretty sure people were thinking of something along the lines of God of War, Mario Odyssey, Halo Infinite, Spider-Man, you know, high quality games you've come to expect with the name AAA. However, we unfortunately got a AAA game along the lines of games like Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed. This game is functionally a mess, and I gotta say it was a huge letdown. In fact, the game is so broken that I'm willing to say that there's an entirely different way to play this game if you take advantage of every glitch or oversight. But the problems don't stop at the bugs though. On top of the game running poorly, there are some missing or altered elements which seem really strange, and it's unknown whether they were last minute exclusions or oversights. Let's start with the first issue, probably the biggest issue with the game by far, which allowed me to completely break the game. The glitches, and in particular, while the gameplay of this Fnaf entry isn't anything noteworthy other than the fact that it's a free roam game, the game is pretty difficult. If you get spotted once by the security bots, you only have seconds to make a decision to not get jump scared and get a game over. The tension is only heightened by the fact that you don't get any autosave of any sort. If you die, you get booted back to wherever you last saved, which can be very bad if you forget to save constantly. However, the game only really seems difficult, because all of these important checkpoints, all of these events that you need to play out in order to complete the game, You can just walk around most of them and be done with it. Now, I don't know when this glitch will be patched out, if at all, but there is this insanely powerful glitch you can perform with Freddy where if you jump in a weird way, you can deload the map and clip through walls. And you know, it's one thing for this to be like a one-off glitch that happens sometimes, but I can do this glitch without fail like 20 times in a row. Find a section that needs a certain security pass? Nah, just jump in Freddy and walk around the door. Is there a gate you can't open because you haven't upgraded Freddy? Boy, do I have news for you. I accidentally discovered this glitch one time when I was going to the laser tag arena, and I later found out from a Moist Critical livestream that this glitch was actually a speedrun strategy. This glitch is so powerful that you can literally just walk into darkness and fall into multiple of the game's endings. The speedruns focus on this dismantled ending where Gregory kills Vanessa. However, I was able to use this glitch to not only access the good ending, but also the Afton ending. It's so simple that already half of the endings are able to be gimped in the process. Let me give you an example. The Afton ending is like the super secret ending where you fight against Springtrap, or Glitch Trap, or whoever this is now. The lore is too complicated. Usually what you need to do is get the laser blaster or camera, all of the animatronic upgrades like Monty's hands and Chica's voice box, and then you need to go to this sectioned off corner in Roxy Raceway in order to access the pizzeria underneath the mall. However, with this glitch, all you have to do is get Chica's voice box and then just fall into the pizzeria. That's it. It's that simple. You do have to actually beat Afton. There's no getting around that part of it. You still need to actually play the actual boss battle. But the fact that you could just jump over all of the obstacles getting to that point is crazy. Or hey, how about a simpler ending? To get the disassembled ending, all you need is Freddy, literally nothing else. Basically, you start the game, free Freddy from his room, clip out of the first floor, clip through to the Phaser Blast area, clip through the floor in the hallway, and then run to Vanny's hideout. You can beat this game in 3 minutes. Now, there are other glitches present, for example, like the fact that Freddy can just blip out of existence at random points in time, but none of them are this broken to the point where they can alter gameplay. Part of the reason the clip glitch works in the first place is because of how unoptimized this game is. I don't know why, but this game runs horribly and everything takes forever to load up. This may be because the in-game models aren't optimized correctly, but still, this game should not be running this poorly for the content displayed here. Now you might say, Mike, maybe you need better hardware. You might not have enough power to run the game properly. And you know, you wouldn't be wrong, but these performance issues aren't an isolated case. Go ahead and just look at any Let's Play of the game. It will have the same frame stutters, asset pop-in, and slow load times like I was experiencing. Even if you have a dedicated gaming PC with a 3090 in it. I even have statements from people who've played the PS5 version of the game that they experience similar issues with game performance. Heck, there are some reports that the PS4 version of the game runs better than the PS5 one. And if the PS4 gameplay is anything to go by, my MacBook, of all things, is playing Security Breach better than both the PS4 and the PS5. Consoles that the game was advertised to specifically work on. This is like the exact opposite of optimization. Additionally, the content here is not polished at all. While it's fun, there are some obvious gaps in the game which show that the final build was probably rushed. For example, the map system sucks. There are these 3 markers on the map legend which appear nowhere on the actual map system, and none of the areas are clearly labeled, so it's kind of hard to know where you need to actually go. Additionally, Freddy himself on a few occasions tells you that he marks points on the map for you where you need to go. Sure, Freddy tells you you are a superstar, but he lies too. Some of these issues are such an easy fix that there are already mods that have released fixing this problem. Other environmental issues are also present. Like, all of the staff bots are animated at a lower frame rate compared to literally everything else. You get audio logs from sports bags, and some actions like opening vents or fixing stuff aren't even animated or have an indicator that they have been altered. You just have to remember you interacted with them. Hitboxes are jank. There's an entire debris wall here that I can just walk through, and there were many times where I could just dodge animatronics entirely, even though they were right on top of me. The staff bots also have this insane range for detecting you. I swear, you can be directly behind them or across the freaking map and it still seems like they'll see you. I don't know exactly where their vision starts and ends, but I would have expected it to be like where their lights shine on the floor. But it really seems to just be when they feel like it. One time I was having trouble getting back to Freddy on the soundstage because Monty would keep on catching me up there until I accidentally got him to jump the fence next to the stage and basically trap him outside of his patrol zone. This made this section so much easier. And then Freddy didn't show up, but that's fine. The only section that felt like it operated like it was supposed to was the Endo red light green light game in the basement of the Pizzaplex. And it was probably the best part of the game too. So many parts of this game seem like they're being held together by glue. And you know, maybe these things can be fixed. The glitches and poor performance are easily things that can be addressed in patches. And Steel Wool, the creators of the game, have already put out a statement saying they are working on future updates to fix these issues. However, there's one thing that they can't fix, or at least I don't think they will fix in an update, and that is when the game was first delayed, Scott Cawthon made a statement saying that the game grew a bunch in size and scope since its original conception, and because of that they needed more time to actually develop it. But after Twitter, and delaying the game a whole year after its original release date, I feel like Steel Wool were pressured on releasing the game, which means they cut a bunch of stuff from the final release. There are a lot of things like Vanny's origin story, Bonnie's absence, and just overall details about the Pizzaplex that are either absent, left up to the dedicated fans who followed FNAF lore for the past decade, or are delegated to text messages in bags. The world that Steel Wool presents to us seems like there is so much story behind it, and we can learn more about it with details hidden in every crevice and corner. Instead, these corners include stuff like Nightmare Plush. I overall like the story the game presents to us, however there are a lot of holes in it regarding plot points. Like, why do I have to play these arcade cabinets to free Vanessa? How exactly does that help? I don't even beat Glitch Trap. If anything, the minigames made it seem like I made him stronger by freeing him, but that's how you get the good ending. I personally thought that having the animatronics have their own personalities was great. It gives them so much depth as characters, especially Freddy. But how are they sentient to this level? How the hell did the company get the money to not only build a whole mall, but also engineer artificial intelligence? On top of this, if we dig deeper into the files of the game, we can find a lot of scrapped or altered content. There was this scrapped gallery menu which showed off renders of the animatronics, similar to what we had in FNAF VR. Plus, some subtle code that was found in the game shows that the game was gonna probably be more graphic, mentioning cuts or blood. It's unfortunate that this was cut because this detail would have instilled Gregory's suspicion that Vanessa and Vanny were an actual threat to him. Like, Gregory's whole reason for not going to security is that he doesn't trust Vanessa, and his suspicion turns out to be true. But the beginning of the game is basically based on the grounds of a hunch. Nothing seems important, and most of the ending cinematics are short and cut away to these comic book-like animatics, which feel like they ran out of time to make an actual cinematic ending cutscene. Despite the multiple delays, the ending of this game feels like a rushed job, and the amount of missing content leaves much to be desired. The game definitely shows that a lot of love and passion was put into it, and for what story is left over here, I genuinely think it's good. And certain elements of this game really do shine. It's just when the game decides to act up, it really acts up, and there's too much missing to make this a complete experience I can be satisfied with. And it just doesn't feel like FNAF. This game feels like a generic horror game with a FNAF skin on top. And you see, that's why I was trying to make my own Pizzaplex. The game is so promising, I wanted to experience the full extent of the concept. I should probably get back so I don't miss anything. I hope Dot is still there. Oh, I'm locked out. So this is what the game looks like on the outside.